Hello everyone. So in this monthly magazine of Vision IAS April 2025, we are going to cover the polity and governance section. Now let's start. So first article is related to separation of powers. Now understand separation of power basically means the judiciary, executive and legislative branch of government, they are separate. Now understand in case of India, there is a constitutional supremacy. That simply means constitution is supreme. Now, why this entire issue of separation of power was in news? There were various judgments by the Supreme Court, and the legislative and executive branch were not happy. They are saying that this is a judicial encroachment. Encroachment simply means judiciary is encroaching in the territory of executive and legislative branch. However, from exam perspective, you need to understand that in case of India, there is a constitutional supremacy. In case of countries like UK, there is a parliamentary supremacy. Parliamentary supremacy means parliament is supreme. But in our case, it is the constitution which is supreme. Next is related to approval of state bills. So recently there was a judgment by the Supreme Court, and the name of the case is State of Tamil Nadu versus Governor of Tamil Nadu. In this case, the Supreme Court specified the timeline for the governor to approve the bills. Now understand two, three important things. This is state legislature. So they will send the bill to the governor. Now, governor can send this bill to the president. So for this, the duration is 3 months. Governor can approve it or withhold assent. But if governor is sending it for reconsideration, and if the state legislature send it after reconsideration, then governor is bound to give approval. So these are important dimensions you need to keep in mind. Now, this is an interesting timeline. See, if state legislature passes a bill, it will be sent to governor, and governor will have four choices. Number one, A, approved. Approved simply means now it will be a law. Second is the assent is withhold. So that simply means bill is rejected. Third is return the bill for reconsideration. Now, of course, in case of money bills, this will not be applicable. If it is sent for reconsideration and if the state legislature passes it with or without any amendment, governor is bound to give assent. Now, this is not the case with the president. President is not bound to give assent even after the bill is sent by the state legislature, even after the reconsideration. And fourth is reserve this bill for the presidential consideration. Okay, now once a bill has been received by the president, that simply means the bill which was referred to the president by the governor, then president can take three actions. A, president can approve it, it will be a new legislation. Second, president can withhold the assent. Third, president can send it for reconsideration. Now, the state legislature must reconsider within 6 months. And it is not mandatory for president to give approval even after it is being sent, even after reconsideration. So that is something which you need to keep in mind, that for governor it is mandatory, but for president it is not mandatory to give approval even after reconsideration. Next is related to states' demand for autonomy. So recently, Tamil Nadu government was in news because they had set up a committee to look into the issues related to power between central and state. And this committee will be headed by the former Supreme Court Justice, that is Justice Kurian Joseph. Now, in that context, that simply means in the context of federal provisions, various other committees are important. One is Rajmannar Committee, which was set up by the Tamil Nadu government. Then Anandpur Sahib resolution. This was related to Punjab, or in a very simple sense, state versus central government. And then there is West Bengal memorandum. Now, understand two, three things. Tamil Nadu is having conflict with the central government, or Government of India over various issue. One such issue is NEP, that is National Education Policy. Then there is a issue of NEET. Then there was issue of governor. Then there was issue of use of rupee symbol in Tamil language. So these are some of the controversial provisions. Now understand, the accusation of Tamil Nadu government is that central government is imposing Hindi on us as a part of national education policy, and since we are not accepting it, we means Tamil Nadu is saying, since we are not accepting it, the central government is not releasing fund under the centrally sponsored scheme such as PM Sri schools. Centrally sponsored basically means that central government is providing financial resources and rest of the resources will be provided by the state government. Next is related to 5 years of Swamithav scheme. So Swamithav basically refers to survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology in village area. In a very simple sense, it is drone based survey. Why it was in use? Because it completed 5 years. It is a scheme by Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Next news is related to the post of Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. Understand? The post of Deputy Speaker is vacant since 2019, and that is why this entire issue was in news, that this is a kind of problem in the constitutional arrangement. It should not have been vacant for so long. Now understand, the office of Deputy Speaker that emerged in 1921 as per the provisions of Government of India Act of 1919, and Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the first Indian to held this office. Next is related to inaction by the speaker on the defection. In a very simple sense, defection means after election, the elected member, they are switching the political parties. To address this problem, there was anti-defection legislation. This was introduced through 52nd Amendment or 52nd Constitution Amendment Act. Now, as per this, if there is a defection, the decision will be taken by speaker. So this defection is specified in the 10th schedule, or anti-defection legislation or anti-defection law was specified in the 10th schedule of Indian Constitution. The decision will be taken by speaker, but there is no timeline that how much time will be taken by the speaker. That's why Supreme Court said that the indecisiveness of speaker is not a right thing. That simply means the speaker should take this decision within a time frame. It is similar to governor judgment, but in that judgment Supreme Court had specified the exact duration. In this case, the court has not specified the duration. Okay, now understand one more thing. The judgment of speaker is subject to judicial review as per the Quixote Holland case. So that is something which you need to keep in mind as far as anti-defection legislation is concerned. Now one more thing, if there is a split in the party, or if there will be merger, will there be anti-defection law in that case? Means will it be applicable in that case? Please write down in the comment section. Next is related to Immigration and Foreigners Bill. This was covered in the previous month magazine also, so nothing important is here. It is just a new bill which is going to repeal the existing provisions, and it will simplify the process related to immigration and foreigners entry into India. Next is related to Panchayat Advancement Index. In a very simple sense, what steps are being taken by panchayats to achieve the goal of sustainable development. So this index reflects the performance of panchayats. It is based on 9 such themes or 9 development themes. These themes are such as, for example, poverty, child friendly panchayat, clean panchayat, and so on. Now understand, in a very simple sense, to what extent they are achieving the SDG. So there are 4 categories. These categories are achiever category, then front runner category, performer category, and aspirant category. Maximum panchayats are in aspirant category. Gujarat is leading the front runner category. There is no state in the achiever category. That simply means no state has achieved 100% of their targets. So no state is there in the achiever. Now, in this context, recently Panchayat devolution index was also in news. Panchayat devolution. So this was covered in the previous month. And as per this index, Karnataka was on top position. And this was actually released by Panchayati Raj Ministry, but it was prepared by Indian Institute of Public Administration. In this case, that is in case of PI, that is Panchayat Advancement Index, Gujarat is on top position. So these were the important current affairs of Vision IAS monthly magazine of April 2025. And in this, we had covered the polity section. Next one will be IR. Thank you.